This is Jonathan Agger, fifth pro boxing fans, joined by former two-time world champion, now the retired Regis Prograis. Regis, first of all, congrats on a brilliant career that you've had.
Thank you.
Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, how are you feeling? A couple of days on from the Conor Benn fight, your face is already looks like it's already healed.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm still here for sure. Yeah.
but yeah, you have announced that you're calling it a day. But yeah, how are you feeling?
I feel good, man. I feel good to be back home. Really, I've been away for about 3, 4 months or something like that, away from my house, away from my kids. So I feel good just to be back home. And yeah, everything is cool. I just feel kind of relieved. The thing is, like, when you in your career, even after you fight, you win or draw or lose, draw, whatever it is, you always have, if you know you still fighting, you always have that thought in the back of your head about who's next. Like, for me, I never could rest. So now I feel like I can finally rest right now. Like, I know I am retired, and I feel it's like a big weight is lifted off my shoulder.
Before we talk about the Ben fight, I just wanted to talk a bit about your career. I assume winning the world title was the highlight. Which world title win meant the most?
Probably the second time, really, with the Zapata fight, because at the time when I fought Zapata, he was a killer. He was knocking everybody. He had two highlight knockouts of the year. And then for me, I waited so long, bro. Like, I had the belt the first time in 2019, and then I lost it, and I had to wait 3 years to get the belt again. So when I got the shot, I felt like, bro, nobody in the world was gonna beat me at that time, and I became a champion again, and that probably, for me, that was probably one of the highlights, like one of the highlights of my career. Just winning that title for the second time, because I really wanted that. And for me, one of the people I look up to the most in boxing, like, as far as inside the ring and outside the ring, was George Foreman. And George Foreman was a two-time champion also. And I just really, really want, that's really what I want to be more than anything else. And I did it, and that was for me, that was like the highlight, becoming a two-time champion.
Is there a fight that you wish would have happened that didn't? You were always linked with so many names like Tank and other
Probably
guys.
it's a bunch. It's a bunch of them. Probably Adrian Broner. It's crazy because me and him talk. Now we cool and stuff like that. But probably at the time, like Adrian Broner or like Jose Ramirez. Me and Ramirez supposed to fight. We never fought. We were supposed to do that fight, and then me and Broner was supposed to fight, and we never fought. So I think those two names are the people I wish I could have fought. Of course, like back in the day when there was when it was there.
Yeah, I remember Barrios as well. That was another guy you were meant to
Yeah,
fight.
Bowers, but it wasn't like Bowers was there, but it wasn't like me and Ramirez was linked for years. Me and
Mm.
Bowers was linked for like a few months or maybe a year or something like that. But me and Broner was linked for a long time because we know all the same people and we was around the same size. And me and Ramirez were linked for a long time also. So that, those two are the biggest names that I probably wish I would have fought back in the day, but it is what it is.
You seem like very content right now with your decision. Do you feel like you achieved everything you wanted in your career? Is there anything you didn't achieve that you would have liked?
I mean, I thought that being a three-time champion, I felt like that could be, maybe was important. And listen, I'm gonna tell you, it's not. I'm not ruling it out. Maybe I come back in 3 years or something. Maybe when I'm 40, I come back and become a three-time champion. But at the same time, I don't feel like I will do that. Like, I don't. I retired, bro, because listen, my people see, bro, my balance is bad. I do have bad balance. I've been having bad balance for years now, and it's like, I know if I keep getting hit in the head, it'll get worse. Like, at least right now, I can kind of improve on things, and it did start improving. But when you get hit and stuff like that, it make things worse. I don't want to, and I retired because I fight with a lot of heart. I fight with a lot of tenacity. I fight with a lot of heart. And I'm never gonna quit. That's just me. I don't quit. I'm just gonna keep going, keep going, keep going. And if I keep fighting like that, I'm going to get hurt. I do understand I probably will get hurt one day if I keep fighting like that. So it's like, I I love the fighters and I love boxing. I'm a historian of boxing, but I go to these Hall of Fames and you see these really great fighters and they all messed up. They can't talk. They shuffling their feet. They have the balance issues. I don't want to be like that, bro. So I feel like I did accomplish everything I need to accomplish, without taking so much punishment, and I can walk away. If I can be this healthy like this for the rest of my life, I feel like I'm good. But I do understand if I continue to fight, it might not go well for me because I do fight with a lot of heart. I'm just not gonna quit. That's just a part of me. That's a personality trait I have. I won't stop. I won't quit. And eventually, if you keep going like that, if I probably will get hurt. So it's like, nah, I can, because I can still fight right now. Like I'm in shape. I'm in crazy shape right now. I can still go and fight. But what's the point? To fight for money. My name is big enough. I can still demand a lot of money. But man, all money not good money. So it's like right now, I feel like call it off. While I still do have my health intact.
You're a guy like, I mean, like every fighter that you never shied away from a challenge, you never feared anyone in the division. But I was quite surprised when you said that you were terrified, of this fight with Ben. Do you think this is just, you're a bit older now, the Regis of 5, 6 years ago wouldn't have cared as much? Do you think?
No, I think people took it out. I think what I said, people took that out of context, right?
Hmm.
I was scared of the fight because of the crowd. I'm not gonna lie. I got nervous about the crowd. This was the biggest. This was the biggest fight I faced, but this was the biggest crowd I fought in front. It was like 70,000, 60, 70,000, with up 80,000 people in a stadium that night, and it was on Netflix. So this is the biggest crowd. I was terrified because of that, not because I don't want people to think because it kind of been. And then of course I got hurt, bro. I got hurt 4 times in training camp for this fight, and I did think that for me, I thought that something was gonna happen. I didn't know. I thought that maybe those injuries was gonna happen, like something was gonna come out. And for me, nothing happened. I don't want to take nothing away from Conor Benn, bro. None of my injuries, nothing happened in the fight. Literally. In the fight, none of that stuff happened at all. So I was yeah, I was scared. I was terrified because I thought that, like, so in training, bro, I hurt my right hand. And I thought that as soon as I land a punch, I'm gonna shatter my hand. I felt like as soon as I land a one good it's my right hand, so it's my jab hand. So I feel like, and it's still kind of a little bit right now, but it hurts when I press it up or press it down. But if I make a fist, it is solid. Nothing happens. So I can probably punch a wall right now and nothing gonna happen. But I was scared that one of those injuries was gonna happen. So it was I want people to think, oh, I was scared of Conor Ben. No, I was terrified of the event. The event was a big event. The crowd, I was scared of that. And I was scared of like really just messing myself up, like really, really injuring myself, like for real.
Mm. Another thing you said, I think it was on Instagram story, like the day after the fight when you were with your daughter, you said Connor was the hardest puncher you faced in your career. Later on in an interview, I think with Fight Hub, you said that he didn't hit as hard as you thought he would. Do you still maintain, though, he was the hardest puncher you faced?
He was. For
Yeah.
me, kind of hits really hard. But the thing is, he hits hard, but I thought it was gonna be way harder. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of, he looked like he big, he looked like he's strong, but he did hit hard. One of the hardest I've been hitting in my career was one shot. That's the thing. But the thing about Connor, he throws, you can see everything, so you can kind of brace. When it's easy when you get hit by a punch that you can break. The ones that you don't see coming, that's the ones that kind of hurt you and stuff like that. So I saw everything coming, man. Like besides, he hit me in the first round. Right after the bell, he hit me. He timed it perfectly. With that 1-2 he hit me, he timed that perfectly. The bell rang and he hit me with the 1-2. And I wobbled a little bit. But after that, I was fine, bro. I saw all the stuff coming. And he does have a lot of power. He does hit hard, but you can see everything coming. So what I would tell Connor, if he listened, just you have to mix up your punches a little bit, because he'll throw, like I said, he'll throw a right hand, and either I'll slip it or I'll block it. And then of course he's coming with a hook. So all I gotta do is block and then catch the hook. But if it was quicker, he probably would have got me with something. But yeah, but he does kind of does have for me, he does have a lot of power. And probably, I'm not gonna say he hit the hardest I have been hit, but for sure is one of them. It's one of the hardest I have been hit for sure.
With him and Haney, who'd you back in that one? I mean, for
Haney for sure, 100% for Haney for sure. Just because Haney's the skills, bro. Like the skill, it's just too much skills. And Haney's big. Like, listen, I fought kind of at 150, right? Me and Connor was, like probably almost the same, maybe a little bit, but we was trying like the oh, somebody just texted me, my bad. But so yeah, me and Connor was like damn near the same size. I fought Haney at 140, and Devin was way bigger than me on fight night. I don't know what he did to rehydrate, but Devin was a bigger fighter at 140 than I was at 150. Than I was at 150. Then Connor was at whatever he was. At one we waited at 150, but whatever he was at fight night. So I feel like Devin for sure, Devin, and then Devin is big. I'm not gonna say he doesn't punch hard, but his body is strong, and he has way more skill. So I would definitely back, for me, if Devin and Connor fought, for sure, Devin.
And then, when you look at other names he's been linked with, Shakur, Ryan, Boots Ennis, does he beat any of those guys? Do you think?
Not Shakur, not Boots, not Devin, not nobody with skill, a lot of skill. Ryan, he does kind of hits hard, kind of does hit hard. So if he can catch Ryan, because Rolly beat Ryan, right? And I think that him and Rolly will be the closest fight. I think I think they can. That'll be the closest one because both of them have power. Look like. So it depends on who catches who. With Ryan, I'll give him a shot with Ryan. I'm not gonna say he would win, but I will give him a shot with Ryan because Ryan is fast. Ryan has skills also, but Ryan isn't like a Devin or he's not like a Shakur. Um, and he doesn't have skills like that. But somebody with a lot of skills like a Boots, Devin, Shakur, I don't think he could beat those guys.
Mm. When heard Josh Taylor say that Conor, he believes, isn't at the world class level and he's sort of British level at this point. Where do you rate Conor having faced him?
Yeah, same thing. I think the same thing. I said it before. I said, kind of haven't been. He hasn't been a world champion, and maybe he would, maybe he won't, But I don't think I don't think he's. Yeah, I faced good fighters and stuff. Like I said, he's strong. Conor Benn is strong, but as far as world class now, he's not world class right now, But with the Ryan Garcia, if he can catch him, then maybe. But Ryan can catch him also, So kind of just he's a fighter. Like for me, kind of reminded me of myself a little bit when I was younger. I just like a raw, natural fighter. That's what kind of is. He comes in, he fights. He's durable. He has a chin. He could take some punches a little bit, but he just that's what kind of is. Kind of just just a like kind of a natural fighter. But he doesn't have those skills just yet. So he would have to go to the gym and kind of work on those things. But yeah, he's not. He's definitely not there yet for sure.
Moving on to yourself, Regis, what's the plans for yourself post retirement?
Oh man, I'm gonna travel. Of course, I have books out. I got my. Of course, we gotta definitely put that
Plug it,
out there.
plug it.
Definitely plug the book in. We got that. So that we doing that. Probably work on a movie for that. Have a part two coming out now. This the end of my chapter for as far as boxing. So I am working on a part two with that. Um, Promotion probably manage. I might manage fights. A lot of fights. They reaching out for me to manage them. I don't know if I want to do it. Maybe I do it. Maybe I don't. I still have real estate. I do things like that. What else? Probably do a nonprofit thing. Somebody wants to work with a nonprofit. I do want to give back to the kids and just man, just go out there and share my knowledge, share all the knowledge that I have with everybody, all the stuff I've been through, all these things. It's like like I think that y'all will probably see me actually more at all the fights and stuff like that than when I was fighting. When I fought, I had to train all the time. So now you probably see me way more at all the fights. I do want to start going to all these fights and stuff. They have a fight. Yeah, they have a fight here at the end of the month out here in Houston. They have the fight in Vegas. I'll be going to that. So, yeah, maybe commentating if I feel like it. I mean, it's for me. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the possibilities are endless for me because I can do so many. I feel like I can do so many different things.
I was going to say, you looking to get into the media, pundit, commentator, like you just said?
Uh, Probably so. I mean, maybe I'll do commentating. I'll do something like that. It depends what they offer me. But I have so many things on the table right now already. Like the thing is, bro, I love boxing. I still love boxing, but I don't want to compete. I probably still be sparring and stuff like go to the gym, still sparring stuff. I just don't want to compete. I don't want to be a professional fighter no more because of the training camps. You have to be so disciplined and so dedicated for a long time, and I just don't want to do that no more. I can still go spar and stuff, maybe help some guys out, but as far as me and being disciplined, I just don't. That's something I just don't want to do no more in my life. But yeah, I always felt like man, boxing kind of slowed me down in life, really, because I want to train. I wake up and I want to train every day. I want to do these things, and it'll slow me down from really what I want to do. So now that boxing is over, I'm still gonna wake up. I'm still gonna train, but I don't have to always think about boxing so much. I can do so many different things. So yeah, we'll see what's my next step. What'll be my next probably next thing, the easiest thing, probably like do podcasts and commentating and of course I do business, real estate and all those things. So whatever happens.
Brilliant. Well, Regis, pleasure covering your career over the last few years.
So
Always
thank
been
you.
great with the media. And yeah, we look forward to seeing what's next for you. Any final message to your fans about, your career and you know, how it all went for you?
Yeah, I mean everything went great, man. I think everybody, especially UK fans, I came to UK and lost 3 times, so yeah, I wouldn't want to do that no more. But the fans do love me because I never shied away from a fight. I took all hard fights every time, and that's what the fans kind of respect. And I'm glad that for me, I don't look back on it and say I wish I would have never did. I feel like yeah, I did it, and it was a good thing I did those things. And I just thank everybody for supporting me. And like I said, man, this you're not gonna y'all probably gonna see me actually more now. When I was an actual fighter, I had to sit and train all the time and I couldn't travel as much as I wanted. But now, I'm not professional fighting no more. So I'll probably be at events and stuff like that way more. And I think, like I said, just thank everybody for supporting me. And you're not gonna, you're gonna see way more. And of course, again, go grab tell everybody go grab that. That's
Where can
up
they
for
get that?
sale
Amazon?
on Amazon. Yeah, you get
Yeah,
this is on Amazon. Everybody go ahead and grab that. And we working on part two right now, and most likely we'll probably be doing a movie too. So you'll be seeing actually probably be seeing more of me. But
brilliant.
thank everybody. Thank
Uh,
everybody for sure.
Sorry, just last one, Regis. I know you were speaking. I think it was can't remember who you were speaking to. Maybe Fire Hype after, and you said you obviously talking about you're worried about the crowd and everything like that. But you said showing your son that to get over fear like that. Just how was the ring walk walking out? And did you enjoy it more than you thought you would?
I enjoyed it way more. I enjoyed the way I created this monster in my head, bro. I created this monster about the ring walk, about kind of Ben. I created this big old thing in my head because for me, like I always overlooked everybody. My dad told me that, bro, stop overlooking everybody. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna smoke him. I'm gonna smoke whoever I fight. I always overlook them. So for me, I did this opposite. I wanted to create kind of like a Sunny Listen. I wanted to create this big monster in my head, and it wasn't there. I created this big monster in my head about kind of Ben. I created this big monster in my head about the ring walk and the people that was gonna be sitting ringside. And bro, none of that stuff happened. I was so when I fought, I felt like I was locked in. I was calm. I was focused you know. And then yeah, when my son in the dressing room, it gave me strength because my son is 12, and I said, look, it's gonna be 70,000 people here. And I never fought in front of this crowd before. And I say, look, if you scared, you get your strength from me. And if I'm nervous, I'm gonna get my strength from you. And so it's just, man, when I went to the ring, when the cameras came in front of me, it's just a calm came over me. I didn't feel nothing. And you think like because I thought that the all those people, those 70,000 people, it feel like when I fought in front of arenas with like 10,000 people and stuff like that. I think with Georgia was like 10,000 in Chicago. It's more intimate, right? But you got 7,000 people. Man, those people way at the top. You're not gonna see those people. You're not gonna hear those people at all. I'm looking because I was fighting before I fought. I was looking up and it was like, man, those people, it's those people probably can't even see me right now, except if they don't see the big screen. That's how far it was. So I created for me. I created this monster in my head that wasn't there. But one thing I told my son, like I told everybody, my team, man, if you have fear, go through with it. Like go. It's greatness on the other side of fear. If you're really really scared of something, and one of my friends just called me. He said, "Man, they talk about you scared of Conor Benn." No, I wasn't scared of Conor Benn. I was scared of the event. I was scared of everything that was happening. I was scared of my injury coming out in the fight because for me, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't know if I was like I said earlier. I didn't know if I was gonna throw my right hand, it'll shatter it in the first round, and that'll look terrible on me. I didn't want to do that, but the plan was my coaches and stuff. They said, "Bro, I'm not gonna let you get hurt. If you mess your hand up in the first round, then, hey, you went out. You went on the first round." But I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. That's not the type of fighter I am. I'd rather break my hand and keep going the whole fight. But none of my injuries, nothing happened. Nothing came to life. None of the injuries came to life in the fight at all. So I'm just grateful for that. And yeah, man, I think like I said, when you have the fear, go through with it. And I was, bro. I didn't listen. I didn't want to fight the day of the fight. I woke up the day of the fight, and I told my team, I was like, bro, I'm not feeling. I don't want to fight. You know why? I don't. But I went through with it. My son was there the whole time. When he got to London, he stayed in the room with me, and he heard everything. He heard all the conversations I had with my team and all that stuff. And like I said, I didn't want to do it, but I went through with it, and I'm so glad I went through it because if I would have pulled out the fight, I would have been guessing myself. I would have been asking people, I want to fight, I want to fight, I want to fight. I would have been trying to, get that adrenaline, but I got out of my way. That's why I feel like I'm calm now. Um I'm secure on how I feel. I'm just calm about things. It happened, and I did an interview talking about that, like it was like the Rocky thing when Rocky fought Antonio Tarver. He was the older guy. He just wanted to fight and just see. He just wanted to see what he had. And for me, I fought somebody younger, stronger, hungry, and and bigger and all that type of stuff. Supposedly more explosive and faster. And he didn't stop me. Like I went out there and I did my thing. We fought. And like I I left everything I had. I feel like I left everything I had in the ring. I don't have no regrets about it. Now I probably could have stepped up a little more sometimes, but at the same time, I'm happy with the result. I'm good with the result, and I ain't got nothing. I don't have no complaints about it.
Well, yeah, it's good to see you go out on your own terms as well. Not every fighter is able to
Yes,
do that. So, yeah,
yes,
Regis, all the best with everything going forward, and hopefully see you at some of these fights. Appreciate it,
I
man.
will definitely for sure. You definitely will see me.